Today I have returned to one of Krabi's best dive sites. It's called Shark Point, and although I've posted 2 videos before about Shark Point, it's such a fantastic dive site and such a large dive site that I feel that it warrants a 3rd one. I start filming on top of the shallow pinnacle known as Shark Point 2, and it's covered in anemones and bright coloured dendro soft coral, as you can see in this scene. If you look closely on the reef, you will find all kinds of life, and I'm filming here a Godfrey sea cucumber. It's one of my favourite things to film because he can't run away from the camera. Much of the reef is covered in bright pink and orange Gorgonian sea fans. This is a great example of one here. And as you go deeper, the walls are just covered in dendro soft coral, clouds and clouds of damselfish. It really is as good as it gets. This is an unusual kind of anemone, which I haven't filmed yet, up until now. And this particular anemone has a family of tomato anemone fish living in there, which again is quite unusual. These are one of the rarer kinds of anemone fish we have in the Andaman Sea. This is a large school of jacks just passing by quickly. I only managed to get a quick shot of them. They're off looking for food, no doubt. I'm down in the deeper sections of the reef now. You can see there's not so much sun, not so much colour. And as you go beyond 20-25 metres, there's less soft coral and much more of this hard coral. And I just spotted off in the blue this funny scene. It's a porcupine pufferfish getting her mouth cleaned by a cleaner wrasse, which is something a little bit special. Now this guy is called a mapper pufferfish, and you can see the belly is actually full of recently eaten coral. They don't normally look like that. They only look like that after they've been feeding. So this is quite a lucky shot, and that'll take quite a few days to digest. So a lot of divers say to me, "Hey Stu, did you see that pregnant pufferfish?" But it's not a pregnant pufferfish. It's a pufferfish that has just finished a large meal. They eat all kinds of hard and soft coral, and they eat until their belly gets bloated like that, and then they spend the next few days digesting it all. As I came towards the end of the dive, I noticed that the visibility had dropped dramatically in certain places. All of the reefs in the Andaman Sea have healthy populations of different kinds of clams and oysters, and at certain times of year the clams and oysters actually spawn, and that's what we're lucky enough to see here. It happens about twice a year. It can last for a few weeks, and it's normally when the water temperature has reached its warmest. So in this case the water temperature was just hovering around 30 degrees, and you can see here all of the spawn being released by one of the clams. And it really is amazing how much it will affect the visibility. In some places the visibility went down to less than 3 meters. It's not always a white color. The next shot that I'm filming here, you can see him releasing these dark orange clouds of spawn. It's called Shark Point. It's an open water pinnacle that sits halfway between Koh Phi Phi and Phuket, and you can get there from either of those 2 locations, or you can also get there from Krabi. It's a fantastic dive site. It's called Shark Point.